Resident Evil 2. Many fans consider this to be the pinnacle of the series. It had great visuals, great soundtrack. It was fun to play. Claire and Leon are characters that are still part of the series today. It just had so many incredible moments. Walking into the RPD for the first time, seeing the first liquor and being terrified. The underground lab was an amazing set piece. It was a huge improvement over the original. It was so good and so popular. Resident Evil 2 Remake really defined what a remake should be. It stayed true to the original game. All the set pieces are still there. The enemies are still terrifying. It recreated some of the classic moments perfectly. While it still has a few areas it could improve, overall it was extremely well received.
Whoa, don't shoot!
Get down!
We gotta get out of here.
Starting the game for the first time and running through the burning streets of Raccoon City definitely brought back the feelings you get playing the original for the first time. The RPD was recreated extremely well. One could go on and on gushing over this game. And as much as I would love to do that, we're here to talk about something else. The knife. Most casual players will drop this in the item box, and that's where it will stay. It's a very cumbersome weapon, hard to use, slow, deals little damage, and just puts you in harm's way too often. The one usefulness might be, as in this case, to knock zombies over and run by them. I did stumble on this, however. It's very useful against the dogs. In this clip of Resident Evil Code Veronica, you see that the knife actually became somewhat useful. The knife in this game, when aimed downward, would hit multiple times, allowing for multiple hits of damage in one swing. It was still pretty cumbersome. Which brings us to Resident Evil 2 Remake. The knife in this game is extremely powerful. The damage it deals is tied to frames per second. The higher the frame rate you can achieve, the more damage the knife will deal. On console, you can expect about 45 to 60 frames per second, depending on which console the game is played on. On PC, you're able to achieve much higher FPS depending on hardware. Right now, with max settings at 1080p, the game is holding steady at 120 frames per second. So let's test it out. Alright, maybe not the cleanest fight. That was pretty quick. Normally that fight might take 5 minutes and up to 60 handgun rounds. Now, to see how quickly we can defeat William at 240 frames per second. In theory, this should be twice as fast. About 13 seconds. That is fast. And one final run. To see what the maximum FPS is that can be achieved on this hardware. And we'll do this by tanking all of the visual options. And this might end up being what the game would look like running on, I don't know, the PS2. As you can see, the game is getting close to the 600 FPS mark. I'm not sure anyone would want to play it at these visual settings, but this is how we'll see what the maximum FPS is that we can get in this fight.
No choice. Gotta take it down.
11 seconds. Again, that is quite fast. You can use the knife trick on other bosses. Not all bosses are defeated by the amount of damage you deal. The fight on the elevator platform with William as Claire is tied to how many eyes you destroy on his body. The final fight with Mr. X as Leon is a timed battle. The rocket launcher will only drop if you've survived long enough. But the knife can be used to defeat a lot of the other bosses. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, check out Hammer Bros Gaming on Twitch. I am Pyrocitor Lots. Our other members are Blades of God, Mr. Beardsley, and Kinegos. Stay tuned for more content, and we will see you next time.